Guys, welcome back to another Montero Explain series video. I know I've introduced it like around 1 month ago and I've not done a video like that for a long time, so here I am back at it. So today's video is going to answer a question, a minor trivial confusion actually. What is x by 0? Is x divided by 0 infinity or is it undefined? Is it like an undefined answer, like no answer? Well, let me tell you in brief first. There are two sides to this. It can equal both. But I'll come to that. First of all, division is a simple operation which many people learnt at a really young age. It's a simple operation usually applicable in several real life situations, especially for example when you have to distribute something in different groups. For example, 12 by 6 is 2. And what can that mean? It can be distributed in either two of it. This can be distributed in 6 groups or vice versa. Well, think of it though. This makes no sense if you had to distribute it in 0 groups or the opposite. A simpler way to prove this though is, for example, first thing is that division is simply the opposite operation of multiplication. So basically, for example, if you do 6 times 2 equals 12 and you reverse this, it's 12 by 2. 12 by 2 equals 6. Yup. Think about the fact that if you divide a number with any number, the number is smaller, of course, but if you decrease the number, if you increase the number you're dividing by, you get a smaller and smaller number. But if you do the opposite, for example, you decrease the number, 24 by 12 is 2, and 24 by 6 is 4. The final answer gets bigger if you reduce the number you're dividing by. And that is pretty obvious. So if we draw an exponential graph for this, think about it. The final answer you get will slowly increase. First, we'll see an exponential rise in the number. And then at one point, it's going to increase slower and slower. And it's not really going to meet the y-axis at any finite distance. Therefore, this might seem that 0 by 0 is infinity because it's not meeting this y-axis at any finite distance. It's getting so small. And this is one minor way which proves that any number by 0 is infinity. But is that the final answer? Well, actually, first thing I have to tell you, there are two sides to this and people's beliefs are different. Some say it is equal to infinity, x by 0, x being any number. And some say it's an undefined answer, which does not make sense because, so far in this video, I gave two sides. For example, a real life situation where you're distributing something amongst people. And of course, you can't distribute, for example, a certain amount of things amongst 0 people. Like, how is that possible? Unless you're not giving that thing at all. Well, I showed an exponential graph, which is showing that the curve is slowly approaching infinity. Of course, because it's a division, it's negative exponential. And as the number is getting really, really, really small, it's approaching infinity and we can't see it. And to begin with, infinity is not actually a number. It's a concept, it's a theoretical concept of something never ending. It's not actually a number, so don't confuse that. For example, infinity would be 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0 and so on. Like, for example, you would just keep doing 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0 forever or with any number. Just for example, 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1, you just keep going and stop counting. That is infinity, where it keeps going and doesn't end. It's a concept. Numbers don't end. Although I said there's two sides to this, I still want to give my point of view over the final answer. So my short answer, which I'm giving now, is that if you divide any non-zero number by 0, for example 5 by 0 or any other number which is not 0, the answer is undefined. But if you do 0 divided by 0, then the answer is infinity. It's like an indeterminate answer, it's infinity. Now, you might ask me, why do you think that's the case? And this is something which I think quite a bit of people think. If you think mathematically and logically, you'll understand this. So let's get into the proof. B times C equals A. And A is not 0. But B is. B is 0. And therefore it's 0C equals A. And 0 times C is equal to 0, hence A will be equal to 0. Therefore, if A is not 0, you can't calculate A divided by 0. So now the overall solution is 0C equals 0. So therefore, if this is the case, 0 c equals 0, we need to look for a c value which makes this equal to 0. However, though, any c number can make this equal to 0. For example, any number in the world, 0 times 1 equals 0. Any number in the world can make this equal to 0. Hence, this shows that 0 by 0 is equal to infinity. For example, you can multiply any number in the world to just get 0 back. Therefore, this is my first proof. At the same time, though, it is impossible to do any other number by 0. And the reason why I think it has an undefined answer is that you can't have a number multiplied by 0 to give you 5. It's kind of similar to the proof above, but in this case slightly different. In this case, however, for example, if we do 0 by 0, we can multiply any number by 0 to get 0 back. So because you can do that with any number, the answer is infinity. But here, you can't simply get 5 after multiplying by 0. Try with any number. Try with any type of number possible, and you can't do that. So guys, this answers your question. Is x by 0 undefined or infinity? Well, there's two sides to this, in my opinion, and I'm not stopping you from believing your own thing. There is no right or wrong to this. There are several different sides. There's several different ways to prove this, but if you wanted to know like the actual proof of it, like, you know, the actual answer, I believe this is the case. Okay guys, I hope this video was pretty helpful, and thank you so much for watching, and see you next time.